Alright, this is Prometheus giving you a third breakdown of my Jacksonville Jaguars ebook. This is going to be the pistol weak formation. This actually is a very good formation if you have a mobile, fast quarterback to use because it has a power option play that I like to sprinkle into the scheme. So let's go ahead and take a look at the plays in the scheme. First and foremost, one of the base plays we're going to use is going to be the power option. I really like this play. It's very effective. My compliment, if I was going to go ahead and try to attack my opponent off to the right hand side, I'll go ahead and hit him with a halfback slip screen is a good way to do that, and it actually gives me very easy reads with the halfback slip screen. I have a quick man read, which is a good thing about slip screens. Most slip screens don't have that, and I'll break that down a little bit more. The other play we're going to break down is going to be the base audible, which is going to be the halfback zone weak. Now this play is extremely effective. All you have to do is just follow the fullback. The fullback is just going to take you to the hole. It's going to lead you to the promised land. So I love how this play is broken down. Y corners is a very effective play. It's very easy. It's going to be zones and man coverages and are very easy reads, and it's a nice way to go ahead and harass your opponent on both sides of the field. And the other audible is going to be slants. I like to go ahead and make a little change up. I'm going to attack my opponent off to the right hand side, and then finally the other play I'm going to attack on the left side of my field of the opponent is going to be the play action boot. So let's go ahead and take a look at the halfback or the power option, and then I'll break down the halfback slip screen, and then we'll go into the audibles. Now the power option really is only designed for someone who's got a very fast or agile quarterback. Blortles is athletic, but he's not that great. And really all I'm going to do is just going to go ahead and look for the seal by my running back and try to go ahead and take it up to the next level. Now if your opponent concentrates on the QB, you've got the pitch that you can get rid of the ball really quickly, and you might be able to turn the corner with your running back. So that's what I do like about this play. It's just going to force your opponent to defend a running quarterback, and it's just going to be a nice little thing to sprinkle in if you do have a mobile quarterback. So let's take a look at the halfback inside zone, which be the next running play that really complements the scheme, and it is the base audible. So really what we're going to do is just going to go ahead and click on halfback zone weak, and this is my key. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch my fullback. Now Clay Harbor is the fullback in this formation. I am going to take my running back and follow right behind him because he is going to he's going to see the good blocks, and he's going to give me the hole to follow. So I'm going to go ahead and follow him right up that hole, and that's going to basically pick up some major yards for me. So let's go ahead and run this play a couple more times. You could see how he is going to basically give me the reads for the hole. So right here, able to pick up some pretty tough yards against a big alignment. And once again, he takes me to the outside. As you can see right here, I get really good blocks. Why did I go outside? I don't know. I'm following him. But when you look at this play before you would actually snap the ball, you would probably think, okay, that's going to be easy. I'm going to run right up the left guard. I'll pick up some pretty easy yards with there. But what happens is this fullback actually kicks to the outside. So I'm going to go ahead and follow that fullback because he's going to get the seal that I'm looking for. And as you can see right here, I'm able to go ahead and take it up the corner and pick up almost 8-9 yards right there and pick up some monster yard. So got a pretty stacked alignment. Going to watch the fullback, and he takes me inside the tackle and the guard. Be able to pick up some tough yards right up the middle. Once again, halfback zone. Going to go ahead and follow him. He's going to take me right up the guards right there, and I'm picking up an easy 5 yards right there. So this is a very easy play to follow. You just follow the fullback. He's going to be able to get you those tough yards, and occasionally you're going to break a big run. Now I actually have in my team, I've got Gray as my running back, and he's probably one of the worst running backs on this team. He's got no speed. He's got 84 speed. As you can see right here, if I had a faster running back, I'll probably pick up more yards, especially if he's more athletic and he's got better blocking abilities or break tackle abilities. So right here, just going to follow that fullback, and he's going to go ahead and get me some easy yards right there. So that's what I love about this play. It's going to be very, very effective running play, and it's very easy to read. You just follow your fullback. He's going to take you to the hole for easy yards. And the last play the last base play we're going to look at is going to be the halfback slip screen. And really, my progressions are going to be first. I'm going to look at Hearns, see if his defensive back follows him. If he follows him, I'm going to go ahead and try to hit Hearns right over the middle. If he doesn't, I'm going to check down to Gray. So let's just go ahead and take a look at this. This is actually zone coverage. I'm going to go ahead and check down, and as you can see here, I got the blocking right there. The reason why this play is effective is that you've got this crossing route right here. This is going to basically give me a fairly easy read against man coverage, and he should get a free release against man coverage. So this is zone, and I know I've got basically three linemen are coming over here to take out these guys. So I was able to pick up a good 5 yards. If I would have run that ball to the inside, it probably would have turned into the inside. I probably would have picked up a good 10 yards. So really, against any kind of zone, you know that slip screen is going to be extremely effective. But what's good about this play is man coverage. This wide receiver is going to beat his man and be able to pick up some good yards for you. So your opponent, if he uses the slip screen, he's probably going to be going towards the running back, leaving that backside wide open for you. So that's what I do like about this play, is that you basically you have fairly easy reads with man coverage across the middle with that wide receiver, and then you can always check up to the tight end. But that route takes a little bit longer to develop than that crossing route by the other player. Play is going to be slants, and I've broken this as a concept down. One of the things I want to do with this is I want to try to attack my opponent on the right side of the field, primarily because of the other two plays, Y corner and PA boot, really attack your opponent on the left side. The reads are going to be more on the left side, basically I want to go ahead and have something that complements the scheme. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take Clay Harbor and put him on a in route. I'm going to take Hearns and actually put him on a streak. He is going to be my big play read against any kind of man coverage. My first read is going to be Thomas in the flat, see if it's open, and then I'll look at Hearns up top, and then I've got Harbor and Robinson coming over across the middle. So flat is wide open. I'm going to go ahead and check down to the flat, once again forcing my opponent to get out of any of those cover 3 blitzes. So my adjustments with slants is going to be the following. You go ahead and do an in route with Harbor, streak up Hearns, and flat is open, but I can always go ahead and check down to Harbor over the middle with a nice little crossing route with an in route. So that's going to be the look that I'm going to give my opponent. And then I do have, it looks like nice one-on-one shot. So I'm going to go ahead and take a shot up top, but Hearns drops the ball. And if I do get those one-on-one coverage shots, I'm going to go ahead and try to hit my opponent. And as you can see right here, Robinson makes a huge play for me because that deep slant coming pass is going to be wide open. So that's what I do like about slants, is that it is a fairly effective play, especially if you do get the lob streaks right like that. So you can really abuse your opponent with this. So it's a nice little audible that you can go into. Now the next audible is going to be wide corners. And what I like about wide corners is that you have a man zone read over here with Robinson. Harbor goes into a unique little circle route that will meet zone initially and then man. And then I've got a corner route by Thomas that will actually go ahead and beat any kind of man coverage. And then I've got a deep post route by Hearns for like underneath zone coverage, where basically all the other areas are taken care of. Now I want to try to provide myself additional blocking, so I'm going to go ahead and block my running back on this play. My progressions are going to be from left to right. I'm going to go ahead and watch Robinson. If Robinson runs straight up, basically that's giving me a man read, and then I can look over to Thomas on the corner route. If Robinson comes in, I'm going to look at Harbor underneath. If Harbor is covered by a defender that's underneath, then I can go ahead and look at Thomas once again for the corner route, and then Hearns on the deep post. So let's go ahead and watch Robinson first. He goes up, and it actually was man coverage. I did a little pass lead down right there with Thomas. So let's go in instant replay. So once again, this is going to give him a read. If he runs straight up, that means it is going to be man. And as you can see, this defender comes down. He's actually covering a man. He's going to get that in cut too. But one of the things is, with a lot of mans, you're going to have a buzz defender that's going to hang out in the buzz. But as you can see right here, the corner route by Thomas will be wide open, and if I do a pass lead down, he's going to get the separation and pick up some pretty easy yards. So I'm going to go ahead and block my running back and then take a look at the play. I'm going to watch Robinson. This is zone coverage. and I've got the wheel route that I can go ahead and hit my opponent with. Go ahead and take a look at this again. I'm going to block a running back, and this is zone coverage, and I can keep checking down to that wheel route that's actually that wheel right below full. So as you can see, he takes a cut in, and then he sits in a zone. That's going to pull a defender away, and I could literally hit this fullback right out of the flat and pick up an easy 5 yards right here. But if I let it develop a little bit more, basically he's going to go ahead and pick me up a good 10 yards over the middle, especially if I had a good receiving a fullback. Now on the back side, this defender actually falls in the area, but as you can see, this post has got a hole right here because these defenders have to honor that corner, and that's where you can hit the opponent on the backside with any kind of zone coverage. Gonna block my running back, got zone, and I've got the deep post route that actually can pick up some pretty major yards against my opponent if he starts defending to the left or the right coming down. So that's what I like about this play, is that it's got a progression, it's got a read, it's going to give you a read with Robinson's little curl option route over there. You're going to know where you're going to be able to go with the ball. You can hit the fullback right away with this particular play, so it forces your opponent to make some very fast adjustments. It's a really easy route tree to defend against, and then obviously you've got a deep play right there with the post if your opponent starts putting guys in purples or yellows and stuff like that, trying to stop a lot of these underneath routes. So let's go into the last audible in this formation. The last audible in this formation is going to be play action boot, and basically what I like to do is I want to go ahead and take my my fullback and put him on a wheel route, and I'm going to block my running back because I don't want to get tied into that animation of the play action. And my progressions are going to be the following. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at Harbor first to see if the wheel route becomes open. I'm going to go ahead and hit the ball as soon as and go ahead and rifle the ball as soon as he cuts up the field. And then I've got Robinson coming over across the middle against man coverage. He should be able to get flat and skinny across man coverage. And I've got Thomas going across the middle and then up into an area of the zone that's going to be wide open. So let's go ahead and see what happens right here. It looks like it's going to be man, but as you can see right here, Thomas just gets in a nice little area of the field that the defenders really can't fall into. So once again, we're going to set it up. We're going to block a running back. We're going to go ahead and put Harbor in a wheel route, which is our fullback, and see if the defender comes across. If not, if it is some kind of a man blitz, I can always go ahead and hit the tight end over the middle to pick up some easy yards. So looks like it's going to be some kind of a blitz. And as you can see right here, the flat is wide open with a good active fullback that can catch the ball for him. And it's one thing I do like about this play. It has a nice little complement of routes. But as you can see right here, you can pick up some pretty massive yards against your opponent if they start doing some crazy blitz schemes like that. So let's go ahead and take a look at the final formation. One of the formations I've broken down before, which is going to be the single back ace. I might pop into some audibles out of this single back, out of the pistol ace, is something I can audible into from the formation. So that's going to be the final set of this Jacksonville Jaguars ebook.